He knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Their meeting at Super Bowl 49 was thrilling. What's in store here? The Pats and Seahawks are underway. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Darnold going to throw right away. That'll be caught by Cobb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Darnold. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Darnold from the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion. and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Back to throw, Darnold. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Elijah Arroyo from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Looking to put a drive together. Looking to throw. May. They'll find Henderson out of the backfield here. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
It's a pickup of 3.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
They'll throw with May. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Patriots.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Off the play fake. Here's May. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Completes it to Douglas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line.
And a Patriot first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing here is May. They'll swing this out to Henderson. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Douglas, the man in motion. And they'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a run with Henderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 10-yard
to the air, May. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's May. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
This now a 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. To throw, it's May. It's complete to Diggs. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the shotgun, it's May. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here goes.
He'll drop to throw. Now it's caught. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the shotgun, May with it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Patriots will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before the break, Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That is incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the sun. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 6. First down, Patriots.
Play action, May. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's May. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. The Patriots send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Darnold now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. He was defended by Marcus Jones.
Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here we go, sack.
Now Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And the Patriot first down.
That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go, throw.
Looking to throw. May. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
He finds his man. Complete. That's Douglas. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's
3rd and 8. They'll throw with May. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Short pass caught by Henry. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing here is May. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Douglas. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is indeed good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Here's Darnold. And Walker has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line.
That's good for a Seahawks. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line.
Here's May. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
All right, here we go, throw.
From the gun on third down, it's May. And he is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Henderson is into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. The extra point now for Borregales. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Now he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Walker now on 1st and 10. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Made at the 47-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to speed things up here.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Seahawks first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Darnold. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Darnold from the gun. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cooper Kupp with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. New England trying to get a place on offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3rd and 2. To throw, it's May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that should do it. He's got a first down, and the Patriots can run it out from here.
First down, Patriots.